All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Well, good morning, and welcome to the ASAP Network. This your boy, Freddie Henderson. I'll be your host for the morning. As we joined by this wonderful panel this morning, got my dude, Ron. What's going on, Ron?
Morning, sir. It's a blessing.
Now, Ron, it's coming close to that season. We know what type of season we're talking about, sir. Where normally James Harden disappears around this time. It's getting close. Are you a little scared? Are you a little nervous?
It usually comes around the conference finals, not in the first round, right?
Okay, so we got a little time to spare. Got you.
First, before we get to that. But in the conference finals versus the Nets, which I'm predicting.
All right, I guess. Hey, they got to get past Boston first, but we'll get in that just in a few minutes. And then we have the historian, the guy that's been around basketball before me, Deontay, and Ron. You add our ages up together, and it's all alive. We got the Con man. What's going on, Con?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much. Just glad to be here this morning to talk some sports with you guys. And then we have our Deontay. He's making his debut on the All Sports All Plays Network. Deontay, tell the people where they can find you. Tell them
all right, y'all can get at me. Y'all can get me at Word on the Sidelines. I'm usually on Spotify, Apple Podcast. If you want, you can go on my Instagram, at Word on the Sidelines. I'm usually just talking about the same things. I interview NFL athletes, collegiate athletes. So we talk about football, basketball, all the sports topics, all my predictions, and I'm about to be on here more frequently. So if y'all trying to get at me, just let me know.
Congratulations, fam. You're part of the family. Congratulations.
Appreciate y'all. Glad to be here.
Well, let's get into it. You know, there's some teams that's out there fighting for their lives to still be able to play to come June. As you guys know, my team's at home. We on our way to Cancun, but it is what it is. So we had a couple last night. And I will say, hey, we had on one side 2 young teams battling it out. 2 of the most flashiest guards in the game today, and LaMelo Ball and Trae Young. You know, a lot of people compare Trae Young to the next Steph Curry. But, you know, we need to see him do more Steph Curry type things. We had the Charlotte Hornets going against the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks did win by a blowout. It was 132 to 103. They was clicking on all cylinders. LaMelo Ball had 26 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. He did have help from others as well. And on the Atlanta Hawks side, you know, hey, they was scoring at will whenever they wanted to. They pretty much ran away with the game. Trae Young had 24 points, 11 assists, and 3 rebounds. What was you guys' reaction to that game last night? I'm gonna start with you, Ron.
My reaction came after the game when they said it was reported that they caught LaMelo Ball chiefing in the locker room before the game. That might be why he went 4 for 14 from the 3-point line. But him and Ice Tray had a horrible first half, but they stepped it up a little bit in the second half. But the Hawks just pulled away, and they got a squad. They're so deep. I saw it coming. I'm predicting the first round upset. Hawks over the Heat. I like them.
So Ron, I gotta ask you a question now. Ooh. So you're a Philadelphia fan, and is that you just being a little biased off of what happened last year?
Yeah, the Hawks made the Sixers our daddy, so I got a lot of respect for them.
Okay. So man, I gotta ask you a question. You're a historian of the game. You know all about Michael Jordan and his playing days, but we know him running a team, him making decisions, bringing in players. He's not really that good. He's not really that good at that position. That's not his thing. What do you think that needs to change with this Hornets team this off season, where they, this is 2 years in a row they've got bounced out in the play-in? What do they need to do differently to take that next step?
All right, well, boss and fellas, let me tell y'all something real quick. Michael Jordan was perhaps the greatest player of all time. He is not a good owner. What he's been doing is he has analytic people telling him what to do. Look at all the draft picks he's had, except Ball. All zeros. So therefore, they need to get better in the drafting aspect. Now check it out. They pick at the bottom, which means they have like the first premium picks, and they keep messing up on the picks besides Ball. So to answer your question, boss, they need to reconstruct. They need to get some better people in there that know what the hell they're doing and to draft better. Or because they're a small market, they don't have the salary cap to get other great players. So you have to go through the draft or you have to go through free agency. So to answer your question, that's what they need to do.
Well, Con, I'm going to stay right there. I'm going to come back. I have a follow-up question just in a few minutes. I'm going to go to Deontay. Deontay, give me your reaction to last night's game. Was it just that Atlanta was so much better? Oh,
yeah, they're better.
Was it just that Atlanta was that much better, or was it Charlotte's just not that good?
I'm gonna go back to Con too. First, they had Kemba Walker too. But Kemba Walker was a nice draft pick, and that's it. Kemba Walker and Ball. But my reaction was, I just felt like, LaMelo. People are gonna say LaMelo had 28. He had a solid game, but that 28 was like after you're down by 30. So, and two. The problem was the Hawks. Hawks got cooking in the first half. After you seen them cook in the first half, you should have knew basically, it's a wrap. Plus, honestly, about the Hornets roster is not bad. I like Terry Rozier. I like PJ Washington. I like Bridges, even though what he did yesterday when he got ejected was rough. Yeah. But Bridges they got a nice solid team, and LaMelo Ball is a nice solid player. I believe they're just young and they need to get better. And I think that losing Gordon Hayward, that veteran leadership in a lot of things, ruined it. And also, I think they just need some more veterans, some more 3-and-D players can teach them how to win. They don't have nobody how to win. For example, look at Minnesota. Minnesota was a laughingstock of the league, like for the past 15, 16 years. Then Pat Beverly came and changed the whole mindset. You add different players. People don't realize now in the NBA that veterans mean something. But the Hawks, I also agree with Ron, though. The Hawks has the potential to upset the Miami Heats. But do I think Miami Heat is just too deep? Miami Heat is too deep, but the Hawks can give the Heats a good 7-game series, and I think that series is going to 7.
Who got the best player out of
comment, bro.
Oh, Trey Young out the whole series is the best player, but who's the best coach? I believe Eric Spoelstra is coach of the year. I think Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. You got boys like the Miami Heat got the best bench in basketball. We can call it how we see it. They got the best bench in basketball. They got them and Boston is the 2 best defensive teams in basketball. I like Miami Heat because they switch more with their players. Most of their players are 3-and-D. Jimmy Butler knows how to win. He's been there before. Trey Young, he's been in the Eastern Conference, but Jimmy Butler know how to make that team better, lift them up. Bam Adebayo. The roster is better. Best player, Trey Young, most definitely. But best roster is Miami. Miami got arguably the best roster in the East.
All right, for the fan, if you're saying that,
No, Deion.
then why was he supposed to be the best coach if he has the best talent?
Why I say Eric Spoelstra is the best coach? Because mostly all of them top 4 teams has a superstar. Philly has Joel Embiid. Bucks have Giannis. Even the Hawks got Trey Young. No, Miami Heat collectively is a good squad. They're filled with good role players. They don't have a superstar. And they're playing their number 1 seed without a superstar. Your number 1 seed when you got teams like the Bucks, you got the Sixers, you got the Nets. All these players got superstars, and they got legit top 10 players in NBA, superstars, transcendent players. But Miami, they got Jimmy Butler, which is a star. I never believed Jimmy Butler is a superstar, but you got players like Jimmy Butler, you got Kyle Lowry, you got Duncan Robinson, you got Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, you have a PJ Tucker, you got a number of players that's just gritty players, and they just want it more than you sometimes. Miami Heat goes to games saying they want it more than you.
Where to all our viewers, this is not a rerun of yesterday of ASAP in the morning because I believe they was arguing. Ron, was it Conman and Bride was in the argument about Jimmy
Oh,
Butler?
yeah.
Conman thought Jimmy Butler was a superstar, and the Bride was
not.
saying that he's not. This is not a rerun. I promise you, it's not.
He's not a
I'm so happy we don't got to deal with Pride and Con argument today.
I swear it was 2 days in a row back and forth at it. I was like, whoa. So Conman brought up a point that I wanted to bring up. He said that they got to draft better, they have to do better free agency, they have to do, just bringing in better talent for the Charlotte. There is a report. Let me say this a little bit deeper.
Don't tell me you're talking about the Russell Westbrook report.
There are people that believes that the Charlotte Hornets will be interested in Russell Westbrook. Do you guys think they need to bring in a guy like Russ, who's a guy that he's seen that he can be a number 1 option, that he can take to make a playoff run, that he can make those better? Do you guys think that they should pull off a move like that? I'm going to answer the question first. Back to Freddie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Y'all want them? Y'all can have them. What y'all want? What y'all want? Huh?
I said, well, we need to know from you is who you want.
You want
we
Russ?
know you. Yeah, take them. Who you expecting
I
to
don't
send
want.
back?
I don't want Hayward. I don't want Hayward.
Really
I would love to have Scary Terry down there in LA. Could you imagine him Scary Terry down there? Ooh,
that's a solid pickup.
Ooh,
that benefits LA.
I would love. Yeah,
you're talking about stunning LaMelo Ball growth.
Hey,
you're stunning his growth.
Kelly Oubre over Gordon Hayward. We don't need 2 players that can't stay healthy. Him and AD. So I'll take Kelly Oubre over Gordon Hayward. I would. Hey, give me one of the bridges. It don't matter. I want a bridge. Hey, I'll take that over Russell Westbrook any day, every day, any day of the week. So do y'all disagree with me?
As for the Lakers fans, I'll trade Westbrook any day. But as a Hornet fan, this is what we're saying about Michael Jordan being a terrible owner. Because if you've seen what Russell Westbrook just did with the Lakers,
led them in all categories. We don't
including
do
turnovers. In my opinion, I don't think Russ is the only reason the Lakers was bad. AD and LeBron was hurt. Frank Vogel don't know how to put up a starting five to save his life. He thinks it's Indiana with Paul George. Like, the roster was just bad. Lakers roster is terrible. I'm not gonna lie, but you're gonna stun LaMelo Ball growth, and I'm gonna tell you what. Russell Westbrook needs the ball in his hand. And plus,
LaMelo don't.
Melo does his damage more with on ball more than off ball. Russell Westbrook, the perfect team, honestly, to go for Russell Westbrook is for him to get his stats and just be on a team that he can take the 7th, 8th seed. The Hornets is not, because Hornets is legit, has potential. They have a potential young PJ Washington and Melo. I know y'all like Westbrook. Westbrook's a Hall of Famer, one of the top 75 players. Hall of Famer, scoring champ, assist leader. He's one of the best players I've ever seen. And I love him because he plays 100%. He will play every game if he can. But do I think he should be in Hornets? No. Now, I'm not going to lie. If I was the Lakers, I would just go ahead. There are 2 teams I would trade him to. And he played for both. I'll say the Washington Wizards and go ahead and get Bradley Beal.
What world are we living in?
Or you'll go to the Oklahoma City Thunders and try to go get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's just not happening.
Ooh, I love Shai. Ron, I love those trades.
Unless the Hornets, the only reason the Hornets will get Westbrook is because Jordan love him and the Jordan brand. But I don't trust anything Jordan does when it talks about.
Freddie, let me get in this.
So you think Russell Westbrook will impact the Hornets better than they are now?
I think they will, honestly.
I don't think so. They're going to be they'll be a play-in team at best and a first-round exit.
That's better than what they are now.
They're a play-in team now.
Well, they'll get in the first round. He'll see this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna say this, bro. And I'm a Laker fan. Okay, I hate Russell Westbrook on the Lakers. I hate him on the Lakers. I don't hate Russ. I hate him on the Lakers because it's not a good fit. But people forget Russell Westbrook, what he did in Oklahoma City by himself. And this is the same Russ. Russ couldn't shoot in OKC. Russ wasn't, he was turning the ball over then. Same Russ. But guess what? People under him have career years. You've seen it with KD. You've seen it with Paul George. You've seen it with Bradley Beal. Hell, some say he's the reason why LeBron James did it this year. But do you imagine what he could do to a lot of those young guys? You talking about a ball. You talking about a bridge. You talking about those guys. He'll make the game much easier. Because let's not forget, Ball is only in year 2 in the NBA. So he can learn a few things from a Russell Westbrook. You talk about a guard who can get the rebound, push the ball down court, and you already know Hornets like to play that style of basketball. Anywho, and the reason why I didn't work with LA is because in this year's version of LeBron, he ain't trying to go out there and run like it's a track star anymore. He's not that Miami LeBron no more. Huh?
I think the Lakers roster was just terrible from the start. When you guys decided,
we'll get into that. We'll get into that just a few minutes. Just trust me. I've been holding back a lot. Trust me about the Lakers, because I've been purposely missing shows for the last couple of days just so I won't say something that's going to hurt the network, because I have a lot on my mind. Because after listening to these exit interviews from a couple of people, it didn't raise my eyebrows. But with that being said, do not let this year Russell Westbrook deter you from who he is, because yes, he had a horrible season this year, horrible. But but he was he going into a situation where he could be a number 1 option with the Hornets, which he would be. And like Ron said, LaMelo can play off ball. Man, hey, they will be a playoff team. They'll be better than this year.
He's a basketball player, but I believe he does his damage more off ball. Russell Westbrook, I'm not saying Russell Westbrook is a top, in my opinion, he's a top player all time, top 75. only dude to have more than one triple-double in the season. More than one triple-double season. Russell Westbrook is a baller. He's a monster. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you're trying to develop a team, develop roster, I don't think Russell Westbrook's the perfect fit. I'll say a team like the Knicks or somebody's a more better fit than Charlotte. Charlotte got Melo Ball. Melo Ball is trying to elevate. And you say make everybody better. And you say make everybody better. Paul George left him. Kevin Durant left him. James Harden and him come play together. And the Lakers, before the season ended, says they're trading Russell Westbrook. So there's a reason why Russell Westbrook keep moving around. It's not because his game. It's because of Russell Westbrook. What can I say? I'm not trying to say. Russell Westbrook, when it comes down to certain things, he does not do certain things right as well as he does in the game. In the game moments, if you're down by 3 or 4, and Russell Westbrook's on the court with you, and he don't care who's on the court with him. Russell Westbrook's gonna pull up. Russell Westbrook will do. It's like Jalen. It's what Jalen Rose said about James Harden. Russell Westbrook throws up concert tickets in game. He'd be 4 for 22, 3 for 13, 5 for 15, and then about this. Then folks be like, Russell had 20 points. He put up like 30 shots. Westbrook's nice. Don't get me wrong. Westbrook's nice, but I just don't think. Westbrook is at his age now that he wants to actually some of his press conferences now. I thought some of the press conferences he cares about winning now. I think he thinks he won in life anyway. I'm not gonna lie, but I think he's more about just being that guy more than winning now. So Charlotte, yeah, if he's trying to be that guy, but I think Charlotte is trying to build a winning culture. If you just want to be that guy, go to New York. Be the guy, be the headline. You're going to be in Madison Square Garden. You're going to be the aura. Russell Westbrook meant to play for the Knicks. There's 2 guards that should leave their – I think it's meant to play for the Knicks that's going to leave their team soon. That's Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook. So that's why I say that. I'm not saying –
No, I'm going to tell you where Dame meant to be. Dame meant to be down there at the crypto. But we're not going to talk about that, though. Conman, you said you want to get a part of this?
Oh, yes. Oh, no doubt. The comment. Oh, I got the comment. First of all, Freddie, you the boss. I love you to death. But you know something? I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Russell Westbrook did not have a bad year. That's who he is. Look at his stats. That's who he is. He is not. That's who he is. So, again, now, to alleviate that problem from the Lakers, Freddie, I love the Lakers too, by the way. I already told Pride, me and Pride went at it yesterday like crazy. There is a solution. If Russell Westbrook will be making $47 million this upcoming year, okay, y'all? If he's going to make $47 million this upcoming year, what you do is you get rid of him, like a team like Indiana, Charlotte, who have no chance of winning anything, but what they do is they get rid of existing contracts. And what happens then is maybe not this year, but the following year, they're going to have major salary cap benefits. So if
the problem is that, the only problem with that is that when you have a LeBron James in year 19 going to year 20, you can't say, oh, we're gonna wait till next year. You can't do that because every year that you waste with LeBron's at this point is a waste in his career at this point. I mean, because we don't know how much longer LeBron has that playing top level basketball. So they have to make moves this offseason to get better, to prepare to make a run at it next year.
Let's be real, it's gonna be very hard.
I got you, but think about it. You get Brogdon from Indiana to your Lakers.
Great.
What's gonna happen then?
And Buddy Hield. We get a Buddy Hield.
And Buddy Hield.
Hey, Ron, we're going to be sitting back here. Hey, Ron, we're gonna be at a parade drinking some pina coladas. That's what we
You damn right. And guess what, Freddie? That can happen. That can happen.
Also, honestly, too, with that Westbrook, y'all can get Malcolm Brogdon and y'all can go ahead and get Miles Turner because they want to get rid of Miles Turner anyway.
Another one.
Bingo. Would be a great pickup too.
Bingo.
I'm not thinking about Indiana because Miles Turner wants to get traded. Hey. And if he would have went to LA, Malcolm Brogdon, LeBron, and First off, AD healthy with Miles Turner. That's a no layup rule right there.
There you go, bro. There you go. I hear you.
Malcolm Brogdon is a solid player. He's an all-star caliber player.
Look at Freddie.
That's a nice.
Let's go.
That's a
Hey,
nice.
I got one even better, Deontay. I got one even better. Throw THT
I doubt
on
it,
the
but go ahead.
deal. Give me Buddy Hield. Give me Brogdon and Miles Turner for THT and Russ. Hey,
Yeah, like,
we coming back.
Hey,
Back to
I'm
back
good with
to
that.
back.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. He still play at least 70 games.
because y'all got to make off-season moves. Because when it comes to the draft, y'all can't get nobody.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing about
It's like the Sixers. Sixers, unless Harden works, they can't get nobody. It's like
Deontay, I'm gonna tell you the one thing about the Lakers organization, and nobody can say this. For the last 10 years, we know how to draft. We draft great. Like look at
I
the young,
100% agree.
even look at this year. We got Austin Reeves, an undrafted rookie. Nobody knew who he was.
I know how to
The
draft.
kid can ball. The kid can ball. So hey, our scouting department is like top notch when it comes to that.
Problem with the
So we're
Lakers
not worried
is-
about that part.
problem with the Lakers is y'all best players, like the players y'all draft, are nice, but they're better than somebody else's team.
Hey, Freddie.
We go disregard that topic. I want to go to Ron because Ron said one thing before we started the show.
Okay.
He said, "What you tell me, Ron? Who is going to beat who? Who do you think going to beat who?"
Can I be devil's advocate before we get to that?
Go ahead.
We're so hype about the Lakers. Either way, it's hustling backwards because the Lakers could have did all this last year. So
Facts.
y'all getting really hype, and I feel like either way, y'all getting another injury-prone asset. Because if you trade with Pacers, Michael Brogdon has a very hard time staying healthy. If y'all trade with the Hornets, did I say that right? Hornets. What's that team's name? LaMelo Ball's team. That's what we're gonna start calling. Y'all gonna get Gordon Hayward. That's the only way they're giving y'all anything and taking Russell Westbrook. So
Because the money works. Right. I hear you.
You're gonna have AD and another injury-prone asset. Are y'all sure y'all want to get that excited, Freddie? I'm gonna leave it there.
Gordon Hayward. I said Kerry Oubre. I ain't say no Gordon Hayward.
They go back to Hayward. There's just no way. You said who gonna be
Gordon Hayward hurt right now.
You said who gonna beat who? The Hawks is gonna beat the Heat. Are we talking about the Sixers having the easiest road to the conference?
No. You said Boston. I'm talking about Boston.
You said Sixers having the easiest road.
Yeah, the Sixers got the easiest road to the conference finals, but just like last year, we did too. We got to play.
Excuse me, fellas. If I can, Fred, you said the Lakers make good decisions, right? Okay.
No,
Check this out. I'm just saying what he said.
No, Connor. I didn't say that. I said they make good, they have a good scouting team. They pick good young talent. That's what I said.
Okay. All right, Fred. I will with you that. Okay. How do you obtain a player who hasn't played 1 second this year?
Well, he got hurt in training camp. I mean, he got hurt in training camp.
Kendrick Nunn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Think about it.
In Miami.
He got hurt in training camp.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, it's back to Ron. So, Ron, you think the Toronto Raptors and Thibault most likely is going to miss the rest of the series, y'all best defensive player?
On the away game.
Road. First off, Toronto Raptors, all of them are basically like 6'6" and above, and they're playing defense.
I put my bet in last night that the Sixers sweep the Raptors. 4-0.
Sweep? I think
exactly
sweep.
why.
Sweet? No.
Scotty Barnes, Spicy P, them dudes are nasty. Fred VanVleet is a problem.
You know who
ain't gonna be no sweep, bro. Ain't gonna be no
Joel
sweep.
Embiid. That's my
MVP.
He's the MVP this year. I think Joel Embiid, if he doesn't win it, he got robbed. That's fact. There's
literally no reason why Joel Embiid shouldn't put up 40 points a game. He only has to do it 3 times. Harden, we just need one game. What is the Sixers' weakness? Kevin Durant and Kyrie exposed it. You got to get out and run on them boys. We don't like to run. We have the 4th fastest, slowest pace in the NBA. Mavericks, Heat, the Raptors are all up there. What do you need to do against the Sixers? You need to get out and run because we're going to slow it down and B's going to bully. Toronto Raptors do not do that. They have the slowest pace. They're not going to be able to keep up, and it's just going to be ground and pound, low scoring games, and it's going to come down to Embiid taking care of business.
The best player on that team, on the best player in that series. I'm not going to lie. I always go by the best player in the series, but you want to bring that up. I got an upset. I believe the Boston Celtics are going to beat the Brooklyn Nets in the 7-game series.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to tell you why.
We got problems here, Freddie. We got problems up in here.
Is the best defensive team in basketball. And Miami's close when it comes down to rotation, but Boston, I'm not going to lie, Robin Williams being gone is a huge loss, but Marcus Smart is finna get into Kyrie Irving. He's finna get into Kyrie Irving. And then you got, first off, the Nets can't play defense. We know that for a fact. They almost lost to Cleveland. And Cleveland's a solid team, but they're not Boston. Boston, you got Jason Tatum, and we all know Jason Tatum, him and Luka Doncic are neck and neck for the best players under 25 in basketball.
I'm not gonna say it's neck and neck, no, sir.
So my only thing is
they're neck and neck. And then you got Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is gonna be X factor in that series. Jaylen Brown is a problem.
We can go through all the Celtics sexy players. They got the defensive player of the year for heaven's sake. Shout out Marcus Smart. We gotta get back to that because remember
people talk about Pat Bev. He's the best defensive guard in basketball.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get back to Marcus Smart because yesterday we was comparing Marcus Smart to players, and I'm just like, we forgot a couple people. But we saw this series last year. It went 4-1. Why is it gonna be 3 extra games added to this series?
Why do I think so? I think Boston is better. Udoka, that's another coach of the year.
Nets are better too. The Nets are too.
I don't think they're better. I think their defense is just as worse last year. They could score as much. You got defense matters. Basketball in the playoffs is more of a half court game than a full court.
I was just going to say that.
That's why I agree. Yo, Sixers. Now thinking about how you said about the Embiid, the Sixers might. I give them a gentleman sweep. I give them 5 games. I'm not gonna say sweep Toronto.
I appreciate that.
I say gentleman sweep. Joel Embiid is going to take over that series in half court. More basketball. People don't realize when you really study the game, basketball is more of a half court system in the playoffs. Everything's slower.
I like this.
But this is why I think Tatum is going to – Jaylen Brown is the X factor. I honestly think Jaylen Brown might take over the series because Nets can't play defense, and there's not nobody on the Nets that can guard them. I think KD and Tatum's going to max out. KD's going to get his probably 30, 35 a game, and Tatum's going to get his 28, 29 a game. Jaylen Brown,
you're talking about Jaylen Brown taking over. Who has the higher percentage of having a better series? Jaylen Brown or Kyrie Irving? You got to go with Kyrie, right? There's no way.
I love Kyrie, but Kyrie got to get checked by the best defensive guard. And like you said, probably the defensive player of the year. It's like, for example, John Morant's going to have a problem with Pat Bev guarding him. Yeah, John Morant going to have a problem with Pat Bev guarding him. You don't think Marcus Smart's going to give Kyrie a problem?
None.
That's what you really think, Marcus Smart? Boston not going to give Kyrie a problem? And plus, Kyrie played in Boston. The Boston folks are finna boo the mess out of Kyrie.
How about this? Name the last player that gave Kyrie problems. Anybody.
Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder. It take you a while. I mean, yeah, Marcus Smart's going to be a headache, but Kyrie's still putting up 25, 6'6". Easy.
And you don't think Jaylen Brown is doing just as much?
You said he's an X factor. If Jaylen Brown could be Jaylen Brown,
I name someone that can guard Kyrie and who's going to defend. Who's defending Jaylen Brown? Who's defending him? Nets don't have nobody.
But I saw and witnessed Kyrie Irving lock down James Harden this season. In the playoffs, folks play better defense. Don't sleep on.
Deontay, that's a question.
We got Cam Thompson.
James Harden in a big game is allergic to winning.
I feel like Cam Thompson can get on Jaylen Brown's level.
Deontay,
Cam
that's your
Thompson
question.
can affect Jaylen more than Smart can affect Kyrie. Go ahead, Freddie. My bad.
Want to welcome Chris to the show. What's going on, Chris?
What up, Chris?
How's it going, guys?
Not much, but Deontay, I gotta ask you a question. You know, you brought up a point. You talking about how Boston have this, Boston have that. Don't forget what the Nets have. They have Kevin Durant,
Kevin
7
Durant.
feet tall, got a handle, can shoot anywhere on the court. It don't matter. You talking about one of the best scorers of the game. It's time to put some respect on that man's name. Then you have Kyrie Irving that can do it all. We seen in the playing game the other night. That dude
I
was
agree. They got
hey, nobody. Marcus Smart, Dalen Smart, it don't matter. They ain't smart enough to stop him. And then let's not forget Brooklyn Nets. They have a guy. They have a Curry. They have a Seth Curry. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop Andre Drummond with Williams
the
out the game?
playoff defense matters.
And Brown as well.
You got Claxton. They got a nice squad, but honestly, defense matters. In the you have not seen just an offensive driven team. Like, for example, back in the day, the Suns had one of the best offenses in basketball.
Williams is not going to be playing. Williams is not going to be playing, y'all.
I know Williams is not going to be playing.
They're going to need Time Lord. Freddie, how many games does this series go?
7?
I don't think so.
Well, no, I'm not, that's how they can go. I think
it's a 7-game series.
I got Nets in 6.
I'll go with 6. I'll go with 6.
Out and 6 at home. I like it.
Chris, so we're talking about the playoffs. What, going over the possibilities of what's going to happen. Let's bring it back to another game. The Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks.
Ooh.
Chris, we know when this team is built, Miami, it was all saying, they got a whole bunch of dogs. This is a Pat Riley team. We got Eric Spoelstra. This is the right team for Jimmy Butler.
It's a basketball team up in Miami.
Well,
before we
can't judge them. Say it again, Ron.
My bad. Continue your point.
Well, we can't judge them in the regular season. We're gonna judge them now. They have a little test. You're talking about offenses. You got to bring up the Atlanta Hawks. You have Trae Young. You have
John Collins.
I can't think of
John Collins, Clint Capella, Gallinari, Hunter.
Gallinari. You got the shooting guard that can knock down the 3 as well.
Side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
So they got scores. Should the Miami Heat be a little scared, Chris? Should they be just a little scared, or should they be like, okay, we got this?
So are you going that hypothetically that the Hawks beat the Cavs on Friday?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Are we?
I like that. I like that, Chris, because the Cavs is a scary squad to go against too in the first round.
Because the Hawks and Cavs have to play Friday to see who gets in the first round, and I can see the Cavs beating the Hawks in that game.
Chris, how do you I got a question. My opinion, I've talked to people. I said one of the most underrated players this season is Darius Garland. Do you think so too?
Yes, I agree.
I don't think so. I think he's getting his respect. I think he's a tremendous player. I don't think he's not.
No, because
he's that guy.
I argue with some people. They was like, Darius Garland, he's not even Cole Anthony's level. Darius Garland is a problem. Darius Garland, they said Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony.
They said I don't like some people like Cole Anthony more. When he came out of college, I knew Darius Garland is a problem. When him and Sexton together, and if that's a nasty, I hate Sexton's out, but you also got Evan Mobley, rookie of the year, in my opinion. Cleveland's a nice squad, but I think it's going to be a close game. Either way it go, the only team out that AFC that can beat Miami, I think, is the Hawks, because Cleveland's not. I don't think Hawks got that experience from last year.
What worries me about the Hawks in the playoffs, so if they do beat Cleveland, is they're terrible on the road. They play great at home, but they're terrible at home. So if they are terrible on the road, so if they was to lose a home game, that's going to put them in a bind because they don't play very good on the road. They're good offensively, but they haven't played great defense this season as well.
And fellas, Miami has the home court advantage, and they have Oladipo, who's healthy.
Yep, that's what I was getting ready to say. Oladipo can be the X factor.
Oh yeah, I think he is X factor in that series. Now, if Oladipo go to Indiana, Miami might be a conference finals team. If Oladipo can go back to his old self, Miami's a conference finals team because Miami got everything besides a primary score. If they can get a primary score that can get you 30 when he feel like it, Miami's a problem.
Hero's been doing it. Hero's been doing it.
Yep.
I want to clarify.
But do you think
something.
Hero's going? I don't think Hero's going to do that in a play. I'm talking about Oladipo, like a guy that can go to superstardom. I don't think a Hero can go super. I think Hero can get you 20, get you 30 at least 2 or 3 games. Oladipo has the potential. He can get you 30 whenever he feels like it.
But fam, you know something? It comes down to the team, the bench, the team, not one individual ball player. So therefore, Miami is deep. They're healthy.
Oh, they're deep. I think deepest team in basketball.
Watch out.
I think if they get a score, if Oladipo can play like he did in Indiana, I think they're a conference final team. I think Milwaukee's going. I think it's a rematch from last year, Milwaukee versus the Suns. That's me. But
hold on. I want to clarify something. I have another question. I know if they have another game. I'm just speculating that if I believe Atlanta's going to beat Cleveland. So, but if the Miami Heat do not make a deep run this year, do you guys believe Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra will just think about moving on from Jimmy Butler?
No, I think Jimmy Butler's just going to be the
great question. That's a good question.
I don't think
so.
Well, Butler makes that team better.
Well, he just received a max contract, so I don't think they can just get rid of him that easy.
Now, honestly, but here's another thing. We're talking about the East play, and we're talking about the Pelicans against the Clippers, and the winner has to go against Phoenix.
Ooh. The Clippers are scared, bro.
Huh?
I keep telling these folks, the Clippers ain't ready. They don't want it. They scared.
So you think the Pelicans are going to beat the Clippers?
I'll put my money on CJ.
I think the Pelicans are going to beat the Clippers. I
don't like that. I like that first round series.
McCollum is balling right now, and Ingram is last night as well.
They just had I know McCollum had 32, Ingram 27, and then there were 5 teams. It was 5 players on their team that went for double figures. All I'm gonna say is
Pelicans looked good last night.
If Zion Williamson wants to play there, I personally am not a fan because he's never on the court.
Never.
That's my problem with him.
If
he's healthy and he's there next year.
Dunks last night before the game, but
yeah, if he was there and he's healthy next year,
do y'all blame him?
Pelicans are going to be a problem.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's trying to get fully healthy because they don't have a chance to show.
No, I'm not even talking about that. Listen, y'all. We've seen a power forward go down there for 7 to 8 years, put in that work for an organization that didn't do nothing for him. He's seen that too. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to waste my body on you because you will not.
This team is better than what Anthony Davis had.
I agree. But how long will y'all invest in me? That's the question. That's something that New Orleans have not been able to prove for years.
He needs to invest in himself. This man's only played 85 games in 3 years.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. He's up for an extension, max contract. If the other Pelicans, do you pay him?
I'm not giving him max contract.
Expeditiously.
I'm not giving him max contract.
Yes, I'm paying him. You know why? He fills seats. He's gonna. Hey, people are gonna come.
He's box office. I agree.
Hey, he's the best thing in New Orleans right now. You don't have no Drew Brees. I mean, Jameis Winston is not bigger than him. I mean, this dude is the biggest show in New Orleans right now. So, yes, if it comes up where he wants to play and he's going to play, I'm going to pay him.
I think he doesn't want to play there. I think he wants to play. He doesn't want to play in, which I don't have a problem with. I think he doesn't want to play in New Orleans at all.
Kawhi's not playing, Damian. Just want to let you know that, bro. It's just PG.
Damian, Kawhi's out. Kawhi can come back, but I like
Damian, I'm gonna tell you where I sit on the Clippers, bro. I don't trust a Clipper. Only thing I'm gonna trust them tomorrow when they gotta get my edge of the line. That's the only thing I'm gonna trust them. I don't trust a Clipper. Because the Clipper, they fold like cheap tents that they are. Y'all seen it the other night. Y'all seen it.
I think it'll be a different story if Kawhi comes back. When Kawhi
Will it be though?
Yeah. Kawhi's a top 5. Kawhi's a top 5 player.
But how do we know he's not gonna come in here rusty? How do we know
he's coming rusty?
Yeah, so I mean, we're
Remember,
not getting
LeBron
the same.
says he needs 20 or 30 games to get in basketball shape. Basketball shape, Klay Thompson even says he's still got to get his legs back. He played like 20 or some games.
Exactly. So we don't have enough time, bro. You don't have enough time to get back in the shape.
For real?
I don't think this year I think the Clippers can beat the Pelicans due to the fact I think on that court, Paul George is the best player on that court.
Is he?
I think so.
I think B.I.'s better.
Ooh.
B.I. would be better if he was a two-way. Paul George plays offense and defense.
Yeah, but Ron, what did Paul George do the first half of that game the other night? Didn't he go over?
He was building a house.
Yeah, he was building a house because one thing about B.I.
Damn, Ron.
Hey, that's been a knock on George in the playoffs. So there's a lot of moments in the playoffs he don't show up.
My thing is,
MVP was coming back out.
What a show it was.
He took him to the conference finals last year when Kawhi was hurt, though, and the Suns, and he took the Suns to 6 games. So we gotta give Kawhi Leonard his credit, and I'm not give Paul George his credit.
I agree with you.
Guess what? With Kawhi healthy, I think the Clippers is a finals contender. Kawhi healthy.
Do y'all know the injury that Paul George suffered, and for him to maintain and get back to the level that he's at?
What he was is crazy. He's probably better than what he was.
Yeah, he's better.
Thank you.
He came back from that injury in Indiana and he's better now than what he was in Indiana.
But my question is,
and I'm a big Pacer fan. I wasn't happy when they got rid of Paul George. But.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say I've been to Indiana before. Basketball wild up there. I love that's a basketball state. But my question, here's a question I got.
Mm-hmm.
Who is under the most pressure in the playoffs?
Chris Paul. CP3.
James Harden is under the most pressure.
James Harden.
Nope.
James Harden's under the most pressure.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not James Harden, bro. It's because Chris Paul, y'all had this best record all year long. What is the knock on CP3? He can't
win the big games. He always gets hurt.
Exactly. So you're back at it again. Y'all went 60-something and 18. You guys had a hell of a year. You have Devin Booker, who's a superstar, okay? He's a superstar. That's all what it is. He's that.
A superstar.
You have a defensive player of the year candidate in Bridges. You have you still have Jay Crowder. You still have Cam Johnson. You have DeAndre Ayton, who took a leap this year to be one of a solid big man who can score.
Got Monty Williams,
knock down the mid range. Coach of the year, Monty Williams. You brought in size because size was a problem last year with JaVale McGee and Biyombo. So if you don't win this year, they're
the best all-around team in basketball.
Huh?
They're the best all-around team. I still think Milwaukee.
Exactly. If they don't win this year,
Milwaukee's winning the whole thing.
If they don't win this year, it's time to bring pressure towards Chris Paul.
I say James Harden. I'm gonna tell you why.
So he's already folding.
Finals contender. James Harden is legit one of the best scorers ever, but everybody knows James Harden's biggest downfall in his career. He cannot win a big game to save his life. And he's proven it. Houston, when Chris Paul was hurt and they had a chance and it was up 3-2, he went like 2 for 15. Remember that one year when Kawhi Leonard was out for the series, in the closeout game, he had 10 points. I remember because James Harden's been one of my favorite players. I'm like,
Ron, you okay with the slander?
Brooklyn last year. James Harden could have took over. James Harden is under pressure. Everywhere he went, he wanted to leave because he wanted to win. And James Harden, he went to the Sixers. Sixers got rid of Seth Curry, Drummond, 2 first-round picks. Daryl Morey basically put his career on the line to get James Harden. And if James Harden doesn't win, I don't think they're getting it. I think next year will be a better time because they'll be more adjusted. But if James Harden don't get it in this contract, and plus James Harden's looking for a max contract, James Harden's going to opt out his $45 million deal. So what I think James Harden is going to do, I think if he doesn't win this one or if he doesn't win one ever, that's the only thing in his career that he's missing. He's missing from being like he's a top 75, making himself to a top 15 all time if he can get this. If he can just get a ring. James Harden is under the most pressure is because Chris Paul is nice. Chris Paul is under a lot of pressure too. I think he's second, but Chris Paul at least took him to the finals. In that closeout game last year, he went off. Chris Paul does what he have to do. And honestly, I'll take a skilled big man over a skilled guard any day.
I'll take a James Harden over Russell Westbrook any day.
Right.
But let's take
I'll take a skilled guard. I'll take a skilled big man over a skilled guard any day. And
I think Doc Rivers is under a lot of pressure as well because after he threw Simmons under the bus last year, and then he's had some problems a little bit with Harden this year. He kind of threw him under the bus.
If Doc Rivers don't
get this team to the finals, I think he's gone, and I think D'Antoni's going to end up in the Sixers. I think Morey's going to basically.
You heard they've been talking about D'Antoni Sixers. I think if he don't make,
he'll get the band back together.
If he doesn't make to the conference finals, or if they blow another league, or he don't make it back to the conference finals, Doc Rivers is not going to be a coach for the Sixers anymore.
What would you think of that, Ron? They get the band back together.
All right, fellas, let me tell you something real quick. Do you know that the biggest possible trade never happened involving Chris Paul? Y'all remember that?
And that was what Kobe
the NBA stopped it, which was I thought was a bunch of bullcrap.
David Stern stopped it when he was supposed to get Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant was supposed to go, he was supposed to team up with Kobe Bryant and all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm telling y'all is the reason why I say Harden above Chris Paul is because how many times has he been on different teams? Do you hear social media talking about Chris Paul and anything he's done? What did Harden do this year? You got to walk the walk. You got to talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. That's why I feel
he talks himself out of places.
More special than Chris Paul.
He will force himself out somewhere and then drop a goose egg, and like it's everybody else's fault.
That goes right there, bro. Ron over there being a sports analyst, being a daddy, up there just doing everything.
And folks, who than anybody else who was, I don't know if he still is this year, the players representative of the union?
It was Chris Paul. It's CJ McCollum now.
I'm just trying to tell you, he could have made moves like everybody else did.
All right, y'all. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we will come back, and then I'm gonna heat up the show a little bit, go on a rant. But let's take a quick commercial break real quick.
Right.
Hey, Sam.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
I'm ready for this heat, Freddie.
Make sure y'all like you guys seen the commercial. Make sure you tune into Sports Sensays every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. The ASAP Sports Network all-female show. It's fire. They have big things coming, so make sure you stay tuned to them. They have a big-time guest coming up, but just stay tuned. All right. You know, I mentioned this earlier in the show. I was kind of ticked off by a few things. everybody knows the Lakers season did not go the way that they wanted it to go, that I envisioned it to go. Gone. I blame certain folks and blame this person, blame that person, but the person who deserved the most blame is the wonderful Genie Buck. And the reason why I say that is because you let an arrogant prick become your general manager. He's an arrogant
Rob
prick.
Pelinka.
I want him gone. I'm tired of him.
Y'all just. I know Lakers had a problem. Y'all decided to have a long-time sports agent as your general manager. Lakers always been like that. For example, y'all let the Rambis family try to help y'all, and the Rambises were terrible in New York.
Hold on, Dion.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let me have my rant, sir. You ain't gonna take it.
He's the boss. He's
hurt. You have hurt.
Listen here.
I understand.
You bring in Rob Pelinka, and I've said it many times. Only reason why Rob Pelinka is there is because of Kobe. No other team's going to hire him as a general manager. No other team.
Correct. He was the agent. Yep, correct.
He was Kobe's agent and friend.
That's the only reason why he's there. Now that Kobe's gone, God rest his soul, he's useless. The dude made a comment. Let's start off first. They fired Frank Vogel. Okay, and everybody has their opinion. Everybody has an opinion that they just say, "Oh, he needs to be fired." He don't need to be fired. This man is 18 months removed off of a championship. You, Rob Pelinka, traded away Alex Caruso, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, young bodies, which play defense. But you expect this man to have a top 10 defense this year. You know what? The reporters, if you guys listen to the exit interview, the reporters was listening to the interview.
Oh yeah.
So one of the reporters asked a question in this. I'm not saying the word by word. You're the one that built this roster. You're the one that got rid of young talent, defensive players. Frank Vogel had no say so in this roster. How do you expect them to be a good defensive team? Oh.
Hold up. Not only did he have no say on the roster, he had no say on his assistants.
Yeah, but hold on. This Rob Pelinka. Oh well, we're not here today to do any figure pointing or anything like that. Yeah, no accountability. But you talk about you need a coach to hold players accountable.
Yeah, they used Vogel as a scapegoat.
Yeah, but who's holding you accountable?
And that's what Vogel said. Vogel said they didn't tell him nothing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he talks about he needs a coach that's going to hold players accountable. Well, who's holding you accountable?
Goddamn right, I agree. Yes,
you need to hold him accountable.
Yes.
This is the quote that he said: "The roster decision ultimately rests on my shoulders." And if that's the case, Rob Pelinka, you need to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah,
you need to hold him accountable. Yes, Russell Westbrook, the trade was a horrible trade. Yes, it did not work. But who brought him in? LeBron deserved blame. But Rob Pelinka, you said that it ultimately come on your shoulders. It did not work. But for you to try to throw Frank Vogel under the bus like that, that was a tacky move. I didn't like how they fired him. And then he's talking about everybody that mama know 2 nights before they fired him that he was fired. It was all over Twitter. It's all over social media.
Yeah, you're right.
But they didn't tell him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He's talking about, it was factual that I had an in-person meeting with him this morning. No, he found out on social media just like we did. Quinn Snyder, who's a good coach down there,
and that's wrong.
Was a potential candidate. He don't want to come there because how we did handle business.
I'm gonna be real. I think the Lakers are gonna have I don't know. Like, I don't know who can coach the Lakers. I honestly don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, who are they going to get that's a better coach than Frank Vogel?
Are y'all like
who's out there?
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson don't want to go there. I don't think Mark.
You don't think he would?
I agree with you, Mike, because I was Mark Jackson I was hoping Mark Jackson would come to the Pacers last year when they were looking for a coach. I don't understand why he hasn't got another chance after what he did with the Warriors.
No, they blackballed.
Because his religious convictions. Because of his religious convictions.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I would like of Mark Jackson. See, this what it is. See, we don't need no lame duck coach. See, that's the problem. We don't need. And I'm gonna tell you this: they better not in hell find a way to bring no damn Kirk Rambis on the damn.
Don't bring Juwan Howard in.
If they find a way to bring a Kirk Rambis on that sideline, Rob, y'all gonna see me lose it. I'm gonna literally lose it on ASAP in the morning.
I'll be right with you.
I wouldn't mind bringing in a Howard. I wouldn't mind bringing in
y'all going to bring Tom.
I wouldn't even mind bringing in Doc Rivers. You know why? Because these coaches is not going to let a Kirk Rambis or Rob Pelinka sit on meetings. They're not going to let them tell them what to do. Mark Jackson gonna say, "Oh no, excuse me." He goes, he don't cuss because he's a religious man. He goes say, "Excuse me. Either you want me to coach or I'm going back to the booth. You pick which one you want."
Also,
he's not going to put up with the BS and all that stuff. He's not going to be afraid to tell LeBron, no, we need a coach like that.
Also, I think Nick Nurse from Toronto, because he's been talking, I think Nick Nurse would be a good candidate too.
But he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. Give Mark Jackson a goddamn chance.
I like Mark Jack, but I think they blackballed him.
Exactly.
I don't think the best team Mark Jackson, honestly, the best team Mark Jackson can go to, because Thibodeau's gone from New York, I think is the Knicks. The Knicks is the best team for Mark Jackson.
You think he's going to fire Thibodeau?
Oh,
I agree.
The Knicks are horrible. Don't let me get started on the Knicks. Knicks are bad. Julius Randle only has.
I wouldn't mind getting Tom as a coach.
Huh?
I wouldn't mind getting Thibodeau as a coach in LA.
Every player that Thibodeau played for besides Derrick Rose can't stand that man.
See, that's the problem. See, Russell Westbrook said something like that too, Deontay.
Russell Westbrook, that was his fault.
No, he made a comment. Out of all my coaches, I've never had a problem with. It's like your parents. It ain't your parents' job to be your friend. It's their job to raise you. It's just like a coach. It ain't his job to be your friend. Hell, Phil Jackson and Kobe, they didn't get along. But guess what? It's their job to coach.
And also, it's a different league. Players are different now.
But Mark Jackson is a builder of men. You get Mark Jackson.
I think Mark Jackson, he'll give you guys a defensive identity. He'll have y'all move the ball. He's a knight. But also, my thing is the Lakers, are y'all can't get nobody. Y'all have no first round picks. It's like hard for you guys. Moving Russell Westbrook is going to be a best thing. Honestly, what I think they should just Russell Westbrook's gone.
But I think they're going to have trouble. I think they'll have trouble moving Westbrook because of his contract.
Yeah, Bob, you're wrong. You're wrong. All they have to do, as I said before, is they give Russell Westbrook to a team like Indiana. They a lot of teams have existing contracts, and they want to get rid of.
Chris, might as well say it.
The Pacers don't want Westbrook. We don't want him.
Chris, you might as well get ready.
Because it frees you up for many years in the future.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Though. It does.
Chris, I'm gonna tell you what the deal gonna be. Me and Deontay, we didn't already talked about this. I'm gonna tell you the deal that we're gonna propose to y'all. We're gonna give you Russ. That give you your first superstar or all-star since All George. We're gonna give you THT. Get you a young player. You love young, versatile wings. That's one right there. You gonna go because we need a point guard. You gonna give us Buddy Hield because we wanted him last year, and then we ain't done there. You gonna give us Miles Turner because he won up out of there. So we giving you 2 or 3. You take it or leave it.
I'm with you.
Is old Bird still down there? Old Larry Bird, is he still down there? And then down in Indiana, Magic, make the call. Call your brother Bird, and let's make it happen.
That's honestly a solid deal because it's a solid deal. But
hey, I had big pride
because they should have got Buddy Hield last year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, me and Pride had a beef yesterday, like we always do. I love him. I don't like him. But anyway, what I'm saying is, why don't you get
your question? Comment. Hold on. You earlier you said you liked the Deontay. You said you love that kid. You said that. I heard you say it.
Who?
Con said that about you. Comment, you don't love Pride? You don't like Pride? I mean, you know.
I don't like Pride. I love Freddie. I don't like Pride. But getting back to my point is what I'm saying is why not have, check this out, y'all. How come the leading scorer of NBA all time and you don't even get him part of the Lakers? How about get Jabbar? How about get James Worthy? How about get Magic?
Kareem is too old, my brother. Kareem, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's some questionable things Kareem has been doing as of late, and I think he's getting a little bit up there in age. How in the hell do you go to the crypto to give Carmelo Anthony an award for social rights, which he deserves? Okay, I have no problem with that. But why does he keep taking shots at LeBron? Talking about, yeah, I mean, I kind of
LeBron's close to his scoring title.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, why are you continue throwing? There's nobody in the NBA or anybody in the world that can ever go question LeBron when he comes to when he's talking about social injustice, because that's one he's always because when something goes on in the world, what's the first thing a sports fan asks? Wonder what who's gonna say? LeBron, because we know he's gonna speak up. Wonder what's
the biggest player in sports to me right now.
Fred, you're right.
He's the biggest player in sports. My question is, with the Lakers, I got a perfect general manager that also needs to get a shot because of what he did in Detroit. I think Joe Dumars should be y'all general manager.
Nope.
You seen that Detroit system he put up? Detroit was the best.
He's out here Portland. He ain't going to Detroit.
Huh?
He's out here Portland.
No, that's Chauncey.
Oh.
Chauncey's in.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm talking about as y'all general manager. Y'all need to get rid of y'all general manager.
No, Deontay, this is what we need to do, bro. No, this is what my dream is. I believe Dwayne Casey might be leaving Detroit pretty soon. I would love to get Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey, I think they did Dwayne Casey the worst way in Toronto.
But I would love to get the GM down there in Toronto. Could you imagine?
Oh, sorry, Jerry's not leaving Toronto. That's the best GM in basketball.
No, he will. You know why? Because guess what? We LA. This is what we do. This is what we do, bro. This is what we do. We go get the big names. This is what we've always done. Always.
That's sometimes been your problem.
And it's not our problem.
Frank
we got 17 of them. We got Frank Vogel. I'm gonna tell you what else. If that don't work, if that don't work, guess what else I'm doing? I'm knocking on the neighbor's door. Knock. Can I talk to Jerry? Jeannie, get on your knees. Say, Jerry, I'm sorry, whatever.
Jerry got a problem with Phil Jackson. Jerry's said he's not coming back to the Lakers.
Y'all could have got Tyronn Lue, man.
Well, y'all didn't get Ty Lue.
You don't need Ty Lue. See, everybody too high on Ty Lue.
You didn't get Ty Lue all because you wouldn't let him pick his assistant coaches, which didn't make no sense. I'm glad we didn't get Ty Lue.
And a fifth year.
I'm glad we didn't get Ty Lue.
Y'all could have got Doc Rivers.
What? Freddie, what?
I don't want no Doc Rivers. Frank Vogel's a better coach than Doc Rivers to me. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't get Doc Rivers, but you don't like Ty Lue, Freddie?
Ty Lue's one of the best.
I don't like him with LeBron. I don't want that narrative.
Freddie, come on, Freddie.
Listen, Ty Lue is a great
listen.
Listen, Ty Lue's done with the Clippers this year with all the injuries.
Listen. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the narrative is going to be around, LeBron running the Lakers, Hammy Clutch Agency running the Lakers. I don't want that show.
That is the narrative.
But listen.
Did he win a championship with LeBron?
Somebody said something about Doc Rivers. What was the last great thing Doc Rivers has done in the NBA? I'm so pissed off that he's an all-time great coach on that list.
I don't think he's an all-time great coach. I think he's a good coach. I think
what has he done, though?
Freddie, longevity. There's
a reason why he's still coaching, why he's still head coaching.
What has he done since Boston? Lose both of them.
Longevity.
He blew 3-1 leads. Yes, I agree. But he led him to conference finals multiple times. He's been in conference finals multiple times. Frank Vogel has been in conference finals multiple times. Ty Lue's a solid coach. Who else I'll say? I'll say Ty Lue. I'll try to go get
Doc Rivers been coach of the year twice.
Yeah, you got Mark Jackson. You got Mark Jackson. That's a solid coach.
So what has Doc? Bron, are you happy that you got Doc Rivers down there in Philadelphia?
Y'all can have him.
What is Doc Rivers done? Everybody still high on Doc. I mean, come on, y'all. Like he
like
hasn't done
Doc.
it since
I
Boston.
like Doc. I like Doc.
I don't.
I like Doc. I think Doc's a solid coach.
That's how
I feel about people with Thibodeau. People love Tom Thibodeau. I'm like, everywhere he goes, they hate him like after the second year.
I think LeBron and Thibodeau would get to fighting, honestly, because I think Thibodeau, he ain't gonna play with you not hustling back on defense.
And also, I feel the same way about Mike D'Antoni.
But
Mike D'Antoni, I think, is very overrated.
So Baker Mayfield.
Oh boy.
You know what? Baker
when he said he felt disrespected about it, I'm not gonna lie, I would too. If I took it, the Browns are terrible. Browns was terrible before he got there. They only won one game in 2 years. They could have told him, "Hey Baker, we're just gonna get." I'm a person. I'll be like, I ain't gonna sugarcoat or be in front.
Hold on. Damien just asked a question. I'm gonna say this as
He said, "Why you want D'Antoni?"
I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna say this respectfully, Damien, as much as I can, because what came to my mind just a minute ago, I might would have got kicked off the ASAP Network. I might would have got kicked off the ASAP Network.
You want D'Antoni though?
Hell no. I
say you talking about Kobe's defense terrible now.
He ruined Kobe. Hell no.
Yeah, he did. Mike D'Antoni. Man, Kobe hates that, man. You talking about somebody you talking about Phil Jackson. Kobe can't stand Mike D'Antoni when he was playing. But Baker Mayfield, I understand. Honestly, I think Baker Mayfield can't be a starting quarterback anywhere. I think he would have been a solid backup for Cleveland. I think they could have kept him as a backup, but to just get rid of him. But they should have told him, "Hey, we're going to get Deshaun Watson." I'm not gonna lie, Deshaun Watson's nice, but also I'm gonna say is they picked up Deshaun Watson just to be the second best team in their division.
And Christ kept Baker Mayfield's contract is guaranteed. So I would send his, to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think he'll be solid at Pittsburgh. I think he's better than Mitchell Trubisky.
They ain't gonna do it in the conference trade. I can already tell you that.
No, they're gonna do it in conference. I don't think they're gonna do it division. Because at first I thought he was going to the Colts. Then they got Matt Ryan. Colts win that division with Matt Ryan. I'm gonna tell you that. It's hard. I thought it was the Colts at first. It's hard because the quarterbacks are better now. So I don't know where he could go. And all the other quarterbacks are younger. So I don't know where he could go to be solid. I don't.
All right, so folks, do you pay him his guaranteed contract now?
No, I think Cleveland's gonna have to pay his contract for him to get out of there.
Exactly. Oh, they can get rid of him
because he made it clear that he doesn't want to be in Cleveland. It's hard to make a trade hard to get all you want from a trade. If somebody's making it clear, I'm not playing for that word. Besides,
how about picks? How about picks?
You're gonna get at best a third or fourth round pick for Baker Mayfield.
But to get rid of him off your salary cap, you wouldn't do it?
I would.
Thank you.
They probably gonna end up having to releasing or cutting Baker Mayfield because
he's at best. He could be a starter one day, but at best right now he's a second string.
I mean, if you look at it, there's no team right now that really needs a quarterback. I mean, you still got Jimmy G. That's
Jimmy G's better than Baker.
But that they can't find a trade for him because the quarterback market is crazy. And I believe
one reason they can't find a trade for Jimmy G is because he had that shoulder surgery too. So teams are worried about that.
Oh yeah, Jimmy G. When he's available, Jimmy G is going to be a hot Jimmy G.
I was hoping the Colts would get Jimmy G.
I think Jimmy G honestly is very underlooked because people think Jimmy G is terrible. Jimmy G, he led the 49ers like 2 NFC Championship, the Super Bowl appearance. Jimmy G's a solid quarterback.
When he plays the 49ers win. When he didn't play, they would lose.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan has a terrible record without Jimmy G.
Yes.
Hey, but fellas, check this out. I told you Baker Mayfield's contract is guaranteed. Jimmy G's contract is not guaranteed. If they get rid of him before August, whatever, they can still have money up for the salary cap.
They're gonna end up paying Baker. They end up releasing Baker Mayfield. They're gonna have to pay him his. I think they're gonna end up paying Baker Mayfield's contract. They trade him or they're gonna release him. I don't think nobody, the whole AFC.
Jimmy G, though, bro. Jimmy G is not under contract.
No, Jimmy G's staying. I think Jimmy G's gonna stay one more year, and then it's gonna be the Trey Lance show.
So what do you do with Trey Lance?
I said he's gonna stay one more year. They're gonna do him how they did. Aaron Rodgers sat for 2 or 3 years, and look at him. Mahomes sat for a year.
Good point. Good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Jimmy G's going to stay in San Francisco, and they're going to
One
set
more
Lance
year,
one more
and
year.
then if they do not make it to the Super Bowl, it's the Trey Lance show.
Because they're going to hope Jimmy G stays healthy after having that surgery. If he stays healthy, then they'll be able to get more out of him next year when they try to when they go to trade him. Or
Yeah, because
Hey,
Jimmy
fellas,
G's not
look
bad.
how much the quarterbacks are getting paid today.
Mhm.
Jimmy G is not getting paid that
He's
money.
not getting paid like that. I think
No,
Jimmy G's
point,
going to end up going to. I honestly think Jimmy G's going to end up going to Indianapolis though, because Matt Ryan is going to retire next year. I think
I'd be all right with that.
I think this is Matt Ryan's last year.
Okay.
But Indianapolis, but I'm not gonna lie, Chris. I think even with Derrick Henry and that Titans team, I still think with Matt Ryan, y'all are the best team in that division because y'all can run just as well as.
The only thing that with the Colts is we don't have we need another receiver. We don't have a whole lot of weapons on the outside. We have a great running back.
Y'all have Pittman Jr. I like Pittman Jr.
Yeah, Pittman's stepping up. I need somebody on their side to free Pittman up so he don't get double teamed all the time.
Oh,
we
I'm
don't have that
gonna
right now.
I'm gonna be on there all NFL season with my Chargers. My Chargers. We finally got the quarterback we like, and I'm gonna say unpopular opinion that I argue with everybody. I think Justin Herbert's a top 4 quarterback in football.
So I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm gonna ask the panel. Just do for tomorrow morning show, just to have a little fun. I was thinking about maybe like a little Jeopardy game. Would you guys be down for a little Jeopardy tomorrow morning?
Boss, for you, anything. I'll do anything for you, boss.
I'll see what I can do. I can see. I'll probably get some stuff right.
Hey, we'll see. Hey, but hey, Sander, I hope we do get the honey badgers. If the Rams get the honey badgers, it's back to back to back. Woo!
I think it's going. I think the NFC is a 2-way race between the Patriots and the Rams. The AFC is where the dogfight is at. Because AFC, this is the first time I ever seen since I've been alive. I don't know about y'all that this is the first time that every playoff team in that division is a Super Bowl in that conference is a Super Bowl contender. You can name legit 7 to 8 teams are Super Bowl contenders in the NFC.
Deontay, my brother, there's only one team in the NFC that's can run.
No, Tampa can play too.
No. Tom Brady, he don't want the ring. I'm gonna tell you why. See, last year,
I never sleep on, and that's the San Francisco 49ers.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, last year that was just a little something slight. But now we got.
Y'all usually can't beat the 49ers.
Hey, listen. We still got, we lost Von Miller. That was a big loss. We got rid of Woods. But I'm gonna tell you, we still got one of the best top 2 receivers in football, and that's Cooper Kupp, top 2. We brought in Allen Robinson, who been hell. Everybody
Allen Robinson's
been
nice. Allen Robinson's nice.
I didn't know he was a Rams fan. I never knew that.
Yeah, I'm a Rams fan. And then we got Allen Robinson. We still got Jefferson. We still gonna be pretty good.
Man, Jefferson drops the ball.
Yeah, but guess what? Another year under him under development, he's gonna be better. We still got Akers. We still got the running game down there. But listen,
I like the Rams. Y'all gonna probably meet us in the Super Bowl.
Who's your team?
I'm a Chargers, diehard Chargers.
We got Bobby Wagner. We got Bobby Wagner. Number 8, Von Miller.
Who's better than?
We still got hold on. We still got Leonard Floyd down there. We got Jalen Ramsey. We still got Big Daddy Donald down there. Hey,
best player in football.
Big Daddy Donald. Woo! Hey, we talking stuff on Gilmore.
I'm saying y'all got a nice squad.
Hey,
but there's one dude I don't bet on. I don't bet on number 12.
If we find a way, and some way got greener to get the honey badger in Stephon Gilmore.
He's going to New Orleans.
It's a lock. It's a guaranteed lock. And OBJ coming back. Because guess what the doctor said? OBJ's coming back, and the doctors say that he's gonna be better because the surgery he did in Cleveland, it wasn't successful, but this one was successful.
OBJ's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh,
I just
hey,
don't
we
bet
still
against
have
number
the
12.
best. We have the best coach in football right now. The best coach in
I disagree
football
on that being the best coach in football.
is Sean McVay.
I
One of the
disagree.
best offensive-minded coaches in the
I
game.
think he's top 3. I think Kyle Shanahan's a better coach.
No, Kyle Shanahan, no.
Hell no. Hell no.
You know why? Because Sean McVay won the big games. What do you say, Ron?
My bad.
No. So the Rams going back to back to back. Book it.
Ooh,
I
I have to work Freddie on this one. I think so.
I don't know. I can't. There's one guy I don't bet against in sports, and that's number 12. Number 12 in team. I can't bet against him in anything.
Number 12. I'm done with number 12.
That guy is, in my opinion, the best player to ever touch a football field.
Wrong again. He got the most rings, but he ain't the best. No, come on.
Is that Mike on the mic?
Good morning, sir.
But I like my chances. I like my Chargers winning it all. I'm not gonna lie. This is the one time I can actually feel confident.
Y'all got a coaching problem, D.
Oh, Brandon
Freddie, I'd have a question for the man Freddie Henderson though. Really quick, since you're a diehard Rams fan, what year was Aaron Donald drafted?
Hey, Greg, forget you. We're not the Cowboys of the AFC. Disrespect my Chargers. Cowboys always.
Freddie, can you stop looking on your phone what year Aaron Donald was drafted? I can see it in your glasses, sir.
2000.
What did you say?
No, you heard what I said.
What'd you ask?
Nah, you heard what I said, bro.
You've been a Rams fan.
What's my question?
You heard? Nah, see, because I can see it in your glasses that you're on your phone.
No, I'm not. I'm on my screen.
Tell me.
Ron, what did Mike ask me? I didn't hear.
Nah, because you looked it up and you gonna tell me that you didn't hear the question.
Con man, what did Mike ask me?
He asked you about.
He asked about what year Aaron Donald.
The Rams.
I believe it was in 2014. He was the 13th pick in the draft as well.
I believe you looking down at your phone this entire time.
All right, here's a good question. How many defensive player of the years you won?
You know that. You know that, Freddie.
I sure do. He got
Freddie, do you know the last player that was drafted in the first round by the Los Angeles Rams?
Mike.
We ain't had one in like 6 years.
Exactly.
All right, and you've only been a fan for like 6 days. All right.
No, ain't no 6 days.
I'll catch you later. I just wanted to ask a couple questions and get out of here. But I just wanted to keep a couple people humble. I'll talk to y'all.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Mike, go back
I don't
to
think
work.
he got coaching problems though. Brandon Staley, I think he's gonna learn from this year.
Obviously, that will not happen. I promise you, that will not happen. Y'all are not winning no championship.
He gonna learn. He gonna learn to use his kick.
Oh yes, I think so. I pray, Chris. If we use our special teams, I counted how many games we lost because of Brandon.
It's like he had something against teams. He didn't want to put the special teams on the field.
Hey, Nathaniel, it's a new stadium.
Hey.
Listen, man.
Let's be real. If anybody Cowboys fan, the Cowboys are usually always Super Bowl favorites, and they always somehow win 7 games. So
No. They're not no Super Bowl favorites. Their fans make them a Super Bowl favorite. But us real fans know there's no way in hell that the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that.
Hell no. Hell no.
I like their
Hell
roster.
no.
I like their roster last year. Their roster last year was the best chance.
You have sexy names. I mean, you can have sexy names. Hell, the Lakers tried that this year.
Most overrated player on that
We had
team.
the most sexiest names in basketball.
Draymond
That didn't happen, did it?
The roster always looks good on paper, but it never performs to the level that you think they would. They always underperform what you think their talent level is when you look at their team on paper.
That's true. But y'all sleeping on my chart. I have. We re-signed Mike Williams. We just got J.C. Jackson. We just got Khalil Mack. Justin Herbert is just going to get better. And then we're trying to get Christian Olave in the draft, which is going to give us a slot, which was our weakest part. We didn't have a speedy slot receiver. And then if we fill up our defensive line, because Khalil Mack helps to run defense, and then if we get a defensive tackle that can just stuff the run too with Linval Joseph, we're honestly the most well-balanced team in the conference. I like the Broncos, but Russ always has this thing. I never understood why. First 8 games of the season, Russ is a monster, and then he comes back to himself. So I'm not worried about Russ. The Broncos always give us a few games. They're going to be the heart. And the Chiefs, after they got rid of Tyreek Hill, that's when I realized when Tyreek Hill got traded, I promise you, I danced. I danced, and I said I knew.
The Chiefs not done though, Deontay. You do know that, right?
You said what?
They're not done going after weapons. You do know that, right?
I know that. But I know Tyreek Hill was the reason we lost every game to the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill.
So what if Kansas City found a way to get a Lockett or a DK Metcalf?
Ooh.
Now if they get Lockett, it's a problem. DK Metcalf can't really catch the ball, but when he catches it, he's not DK Metcalf. All right. Who is the best receiver besides Devontae Adams? Who is the best receiver in that conference? I'm in that division.
Michael Thomas.
I'm talking about the division. Michael Thomas not there.
Jefferson.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, I thought you talking about.
I'm talking about in the AFC West.
I'll go with that.
In the AFC West, who is better? Who's been the best receiver? I'll tell you, it's been Keenan Allen.
Okay.
You think DK Metcalf better than Keenan Allen?
I do. Yeah.
I do. More potential.
I think Keenan Allen's better than Metcalf.
Keenan Allen's the second best route runner in football.
No,
yes.
He's not the second.
Behind Devontae Adams.
He's not the second.
Who's a better route runner than him?
I'll say DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins don't route run for real. He just got the best hand. OBJ is a better athletic. Is more athletic. I don't think he's a better route runner.
I don't think OBJ is that. I mean, no, he's not more athletic, bro. Come on, OBJ is one of the best route runners in the game. Stop it.
Keenan Allen's one of the
Cooper Kupp
is a nice route runner. He's not better than Keenan.
No, he ain't nice. He's great. We seen your boy Keenan Allen didn't have that season. Like
Keenan Allen had 8 straight 100-yard receiving.
What did he do last year?
1,000
Matthew Stafford. Hey, Ron, do you remember back in the day, the 2000 era when the Kobe and Shaq were doing do you remember that? Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, that last drive in the Super Bowl with Kobe and Shaq on.
All I'm saying is Keenan.
Unstoppable.
All I'm saying, if they get DK Metcalf, I'll give it to them. But they also got rid of their best defensive player with Tyrann Mathieu.
All right,
and the defense is ready just as bad.
All right, so we got 4 minutes left.
I'm just saying. I'm being real.
Chris, what can we expect on the afternoon show today?
We will talk.
Hey, you know something, family? I'm not in that show.
What's up, Con?
Con, you didn't take us to the 1960s.
Well, fellas, I love Freddie to death, and I'm gonna do something that I normally would not do, but because my guy, love him to death, and we're gonna talk NBA, I'm gonna have the great Mark Aguirre on our show, and I want to see y'all talk. Well, Pride talks a lot of stuff. I want to see what y'all talk with Mark Aguirre. Y'all don't believe me? Check it out.
You talking about first pick in the draft from DePaul, Mark Aguirre?
Huh?
You talking about first pick in the draft from DePaul, Mark Aguirre?
That one.
That's it. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I honestly think so.
I can do this.
I think him and Blackman was one of the most underrated teams in Dallas.
Yes, Mark Aguirre won the I'm here in New Bedford, Mass. Was outside of Boston, and Mike Aguirre and Doc Rivers, they won MVP in the Boston shootout, whatever. So I got ties. My boy Robert Bobby Reed, Freddie knows I got ties. I'm gonna have him come on the show. I don't like Pride at all, but I'm having him come on your show with Freddie, and I want to see how y'all ask questions and whatever you want, because that I know I'm a historian and I'm old as dirt, but you know something? I think the show would be beneficial to have, because you know something? You can talk history, you can see history, but when it's right there in front of you, it's a different ball game, y'all.
That's facts.
Chris, what can we expect in the afternoon show today?
We're going to talk NBA play-in games from last night. We'll look ahead at the NBA playoffs. Also, we'll talk about should Kershaw have been pulled last night when he was on his way to a perfect game.
Good one.
Hey, I might have to get on with y'all, Chris. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to get on too, bro. I'm ready to go for that.
I gotta talk about Clayton Kershaw getting pulled.
Hey, you guys are more than welcome to come on. I know it's
I'm
right now.
coming on.
It's gonna be me and Greg.
Hey,
what
I'm
time
on
can
with y'all.
we
What
expect this to
time?
be?
What'd you say, Freddie?
What time can we expect this to be?
It starts at 1 Eastern time, 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, give me a little.
Yeah.
Give me a little lunch break, and I'm on with y'all.
All
All
right.
right, I'll send the link to the ASAP in the morning group chat. That way, you guys will be able to see it.
All right, bet.
Other than that, man, this is another great episode of ASAP in the morning. Tomorrow, we're playing some Jeopardy. So you guys be ready. Go play a little basketball, a little football. Con Man might be on here trying to beat us in the basketball, but we can't let him.
Goddamn right. Yes, I will.
Hey, I'm a young guy. I'm a young guy, but I'm a historian.
Hey,
Not like me.
Hey.
Not like me, dog. Not like me,
Hey, you
dog.
got.
No.
You've seen it in real life.
Hey, Con Man, how about this? Let the folks know how much of a historian you are. Give us a little story real quick.
Well, we only got a few minutes, Freddie. I've had the pleasure. I've been following NBA basketball since I was like 10 years old. 62 now, so we go back over 50 years. I've had the pleasure of playing against Dr. J, Nate Archibald. I had the pleasure of interviewing Sam Jones, 10-time NBA champion with the Celtics, about 2 months before he passed. And I got to know, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I know what I know. I could talk all this, but talking to history is a whole different ballgame, y'all. And I want to be able to present that to y'all in any way I can. All because of Freddie.
All right. Ron, been real. Chris, salute to you. Con Man, salute to you. Deontay, welcome to the team. Just gonna let you know. So you met Mellow Freddie. I'm moderating. But when I'm not moderating, I bring the heat. So be grateful that you met the Mellow Freddie. See, because I was told that when we have new people, I can't come as hard because I'll run them away because they be scared of me. Ron had him shaking the first time he was on the show with me.
I was.
We thought we were going to send him. We're going to send him to the hospital, so we have to go easy on him. Now tomorrow, I'm gonna go easy on you. So just want to let you know.
Hey, I'm cool. I'm down with a challenge.
The training wheels are off. So, but other than that, y'all, this is ASAP in the morning. We appreciate all our viewers out there, our fans. Make sure you follow us, share our page, like us, subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on the TV platforms on Roku TV, Tiki Live, Fire TV, and all those great things as well. This is ASAP in the morning. Until next time, we have our afternoon show coming live at 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. So check them out as well. We're out of here, you guys.
All right. See y'all.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.